It's Dragon's birthday, he's a fucking legend. Trapped in a voxel box, but now free to roll around. You're doing parkour, fixing audio problems. Why does he always talk about butt plugs? We'll never know. We'll never know. But anyway, we should celebrate his birthday, because literally what the fuck would we do without him? We not much. We're not much very well. Probably not much. Or not much very well. Why does he always talk about butt plugs? Well,
Check, check. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
There we go. Yo, happy birthday, Dragonate. Thank you for playing your own birthday song on your birthday too. That's something right there. What up, y'all? This is Matthew, aka Nifty Time, back for a whip that I've been looking forward to as soon as Rizzle told me that it was on the calendar. The legend himself, Jin, aka DankVR, is in the house. We're gonna be going on a tour in Openvoxels with the man, the myth, the legend. Really, really looking forward to that, and then just being blessed with any words of wisdom the man has. I was recounting over on the Purple app the first time I met Jin. I think early 2020, NFT NYC. The dude had a headset on, plugged into the metaverse already back then. Everyone back then, small circle of folks, had just praised Jin as being the person you had to talk to if you're ever interested in the metaverse, virtual world, open source building and all of that. So incredibly fortunate to have him back on the whip yet again. So get your earballs ready, get your computers ready so that we can hang out together and find metaverse enlightenment. Outside of that, we'll keep my spiel really short. Rizzo and I, we published a new podcast. We'll drop the link shortly. But with that, I'm going to shut my mouth up, pass the mic to Rizzle so we can get the hype train rolling for today's show.
Yo, give me a mic check. My internet's sort of goofy.
Yeah.
Sound all right? Yay. Yo, happy birthday, Dragonate. That was an original composition, but I ran it by Dragonate because I wanted to make sure he was all right with like the butt plug line and everything like that. So had him play his own birthday song. For real though, shout out to the legend Dragonate, and also Foxy Yoga for holding down the pre-whip as always. Thanks for Matt for dropping the new episode. If you didn't hear it during Foxy Yoga's listening party last night, I had to hold off on minting it because 01 wanted to get out in front of the announcement first that I talked about on the podcast and thing and all that. But this is this is sort of like a WIP crew collab going down with 01. So I can tell you more about that, but I'm excited. And Paradox is in the mix with that and everything. So they'll actually be on the WIP next week to talk about their involvement and what they're doing and everything. So you're gonna get some Rizzlefest shill. You're gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry, it's like top of mind like constantly now, and I'm getting busy. We're getting a head count to the caterer this week. If you're still considering coming, you don't have to get a ticket right this second, but definitely let me know if you want to be included in the head count so you don't starve if you come. And I got to show y'all this because it's relevant. So I'm going to screen share real quick, and I promise I'll only show you like 50 seconds of it, but I promise it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. So give me one sec if I can pull it up. And I'm going to do the show, click on me in this. If you're in the Discord, click on me, click on my name, click on me. This is what we did, sort of on purpose, but sort of by mistake. We got a big ass WIP sticker that's like way too big for the bus, and we needed to get it professionally installed. So I just want to show you all how it turned out because it's really dope. So I'm gonna play it real quick.
This is Daniel from Suremark Signs, helping us out with all of our sign needs right here in Nashville. So I tried to do this by myself, but I didn't ruin it. That's what I've heard. Like, the amount of skill that's required to install this is exactly what I thought it would be. As soon as I began the process, I was like, this is hard. Dang, that looks good. It looks legit.
All right, so I'll just fast forward like a little bit to get the idea. But came out dope. I'm looking real legit. And we got a few other ones. You might recognize Brookhawk, Dragonade on there and stuff as well. So no one's allowed to get one as big as the WIP sticker if anyone else wants one on the bus. But we had some inbound requests of people to get their logos on the bus, and they're dope. They're vinyl logos. We got this dude who actually knows how to install them properly now, so they'll look legit. And this is the bus that Kane Mayfield is going to be performing live on top of at the end of the event and everything. And, we'll have the basketball tournament in front of it and everything. So, yeah, do you want a sticker, brother? So if anyone wants, slide into my DMs if you want to get your PFP on the bus. It's going to end up working out to about $100 for the nice vinyl sticker and to pay dude for his time to make it not look like shit. But I was saying to Matt yesterday on the podcast, like, these stickers aren't going anywhere. However, if you want to get one as big as the WIP sticker, you're gonna have to pay extra because it was way more of a pain in the ass to get done properly than we anticipated. But it looks dope, and it's awesome that we will be repping harder than literally anybody because we got out there first. So that's the beginning and the end of my Rizzlefest shill. I think I don't know. I still got to scroll down, but I think that's just about everything. So. Slide into my DMs if you want to get your PFP up there. Happy to work that out. We're going to push through an order, I think, the beginning of next week. Anywho, back to other WIP Meetup stuff. If you don't know, we have other links and things out there. I uploaded Paradox's latest mashup to the YouTube channel. Like 1 trillion people, not really, like maybe almost 40, but are spending a ton of time watching some of our previous live raw footage, which is awesome to see. We have like something like 33 hours of view time on our YouTube channel this month, which is like unprecedented for us. So anywho, like and share, and whatever things will bump us in the algo. The main thing, once you're done mashing all those things, the main thing you really want to do here is sign the guest book, because not only do we have the grapes from Fabiano and Patrizia coming your way, Jin is also got some giveaways for us. We've got a grip of people in Hyperfy right now, so if you're not in there, hop in there as well. The guest book is also on the stage if you want to do it Metaverse properly. But we got a lot of dope stuff that's going to end up in your wallet. So make sure you sign the guest book today. And let's see, we got a lot to get through. So I'm going to shut up and pass the mic over to Jin in a sec. We got like a deep dive, a tour, some alpha, probably at about the 30-minute mark or so. We're going to try and pass the mic over to Show to make sure we get some Q&A in there with the audience. So if you do have questions for Jin while he's talking and showing us what's going on, just drop them in the Discord channel here and ping at SHO, and Show will relay them to Jin sort of towards the end of his presentation here. And people in world are asking where the guest book is. Oh, good. Jin's leading an in-world tour over to the guest book if you want to do it Metaverse properly. Thank you, Jin. And I think that's about everything. Definitely stick around for the group shot at the end here. I believe Paradox is unable to make it, so we're going to need a fake Paradox in the house. And he's going to have to be one of these people catching the raw footage on the YouTube channel after this, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm stoked to hear what Jin's got to say, man. I was saying to Matt again yesterday, like every 3 months you got to sort of check in with Jin, because he's cooking up a whole lot of new stuff. So that being said, I'm going to shut up. This is like Metaverse public broadcasting. If you like what we do, send us all your shit. Send us your monies. If you donate to the WIP Meetup.eth, it gets chopped up amongst our volunteer crew. If you want to donate a ton of stuff or a ton of money, we'll make a legend out of you to the best of our ability and build some big-ass monument or something. We love stuff. Everyone loves stuff. So if you are just someone who has stuff and wants to give stuff to our audience, hit us up. We all love stuff. And I think that's just about it. Shout out to the crew who makes this happen week in, week out. Foxy Yoga, Easy, Paradox Show, Dragonate, happy birthday. Conwook the Stowaway, Brookhawk the Chef, Fabiano, Patricia, Johan, Matt, Metageist. Thank you all so much. And with that, I am going to do the ever precarious mic handoff, but there's only one of them today, so we should be able to figure it out, to Jin himself, man. So Jin, dude, if you want to unmute, and you got a lot of stuff you've thrown in here over the past few hours, man, and I know I'm excited to hear about it. I think other people are too, man. So tell us what's cooking.
Hey, thanks for inviting me. And I was wondering, I basically created sort of like 3D slides in World. How do we want to do this where we can kind of follow the sort of like transition of slides? Should I screen share, or someone's got the camera to kind of follow me around?
Yeah, dude, we're live right now. So if you want to screen share for the people in Discord, that if you can do that concurrently, that would be great. But otherwise, there's a lot of people in World, and we can do like a walk and talk thing. This will get broadcast in World. It's out on YouTube, man. Yeah, we're in it. Okay,
cool. Yeah, so I'll give a quick background of Openvoxels first for just a recap. So it's almost been pretty much exactly 6 years since me and a bunch of others in M3 landed in Voxels. And ever since we did, we've been kind of really interested in interoperability, kind of using this as our test bed for open metaverse experiments, how virtual worlds and smart contracts can interact with one another. So since like day one, 2018, sometime in September, we immediately kind of settled in Maker's District, which is just to the right of the center. So as soon as you log in and then go east, you'll hit Maker's, and then you'll see the clock tower. That's when you know you're downtown there. And it is a place that we've been archiving. So there's a bunch of things with voxels that I kind of see voxels as like a shelling point for, not only is it very iconic, a lot of people know it and recognize it, but it's also this mecca of all the crypto artists and collectors that I've met there. And since then, the city has grown, and being the first kind of place that artists can set up their galleries with NFTs, and you get this kind of special frame where the frame kind of symbolizes your ownership of it, since it matches the wallet owning in the parcel. That's when the city really grew. If you recall, back in, I think it was 2019, 2020 was when a lot of the OGs started to arrive. And this was still before Decentraland even launched, and there was already kind of a sprawl. And there was a builder, tons of stuff being built. And as the city got built, it was kind of like this amber that captured a lot of that early spirit of, the crypto art movement. Every parcel was kind of like a art gallery. And so in the near center of Voxels, the origin city, it's kind of a way of walking through time of kind of seeing what the whole crypto art scene was about. And since then also, we've been working on porting the whole city, taking snapshots, exporting them to other platforms so that we can spread culture outside of Voxels itself. And I kind of draw an analogy to how governments actually sponsored entrepreneurs to open up restaurants. Like I think it was Thailand or China, I forgot. But one of these Asian countries sponsored entrepreneurs to open up restaurants in major cities outside the country to boost tourism, and it worked. Imagine if you had to fly to Thailand in order to try Thai food. It just wouldn't work out, So there's like this whole incentive alignment as well within the whole crypto metaverse scene that really helps to drive adoption of interoperable open formats. And for our, what does true ownership look like? If you're just like only able to visit your parcel in cryptovoxels.com and it's locked to that platform, that doesn't really seem like a open system, especially if all the metadata and all the content is centralized. What are you actually getting when you're minting that NFT? So in a way, Openvoxels is an art project that's exploring digital ownership. What does it actually mean in practice? And we've been doing exports and porting them to VRChat and Janus Web and Hyperfi and Neos VR and all these different places. Creating sort of also plans for like a Metaverse Burning Man type of thing. And this also goes back to what Ben Nolan, who's a burner himself, wanted to do in the original days. But, sticking to the whole vision, putting kind of feet to the fire about what, this project was about in the beginning, building a decentralized metaverse, And so we are constantly doing things in that regards. And so this parcel is from downtown Makers District, and I have this image right in front of it. It's kind of like from those sort of model kits where you can punch out these little pieces. That's kind of how I view the grid of whether it's Voxels or Decentraland. You have this format where you can have the grid, but also if you own the parcel, you should be able to export and kind of like punch out, a open format of your parcel and be able to port it anywhere. And honestly, it looks really cool if you were to like bring the voxel content into a non-voxel world and mix it in with some other assets. But it also goes towards a stronger guarantee of longevity for your content. It wasn't that long ago I opened up voxels and I was shocked at how many broken links I was seeing in all of my parcels. And it just goes back to the danger of centralization. It's like I've seen moments where a lot of content, and a lot of it is historical, like the builds by a lot of money. It's like hanging on by a thread stored in this person's server that It's not distributed storage. It's also being delivered through CDNs in this kind of compressed format that isn't something that you can just download and bring into various programs. So it was, Voxels is a pioneer. It's the first virtual world where we could interact with smart contracts and wearables and build parcels. So, and also it's still indie, no VC money or anything. So mad kudos for living this long, but we need a stronger sort of reassurance about our creations that they can stand the test of time. And Openvoxels, think of it as kind of like an art project that wants to long-term build a Metaverse Internet Archive. And I've been kind of setting up this 3D model that I commissioned. I've got the interior and exterior of the Internet Archive and various virtual worlds to remind people. Because the World Wide Web back then, they didn't have a memory mechanism built into the protocol or design, It took a third party to do that, and now we're so thankful. In fact, Google just integrated the Wayback Machine into search results. And in an age of AI, where a lot of the internet is now, we're past this threshold where you don't know what's real or not, I think it's super important that we have this backup of all this history that was human generated. And imagine a world where we didn't have that, where history could be rewritten. And especially after all that money flooded into the NFT scene, a lot of metaverse history did seem rewritten. It's just sort of washed away a lot of, the OGs that were truly in it for the tech. And that's a story that I want to preserve and I want, to be spread. So as a reminder, sign the guest book because I've got season 1 of Openvoxels. I'm going to airdrop this. This is still a work in progress. This case is made by Sevener Roy, who's here. Does an incredible job. We've been making VHS boxes, kind of a series that we're working on. And the plan for this is, you remember when you pop in a DVD and you see like the DVD menu? You can kind of select clips and kind of navigate that. We're working on that. So yeah, I would love that in Blockbusters and Hyperfy too. And yeah, I'm going to be archiving even the videos to Arweave and creating an on-chain sort of HTML that is like an interactive website that you can watch some of these early days of the metaverse history. So still a work in progress, as well as the mirror posts. So you can kind of see a theme brewing here. Kind of recycling data into these new 3D formats. So every mirror post, we're building a pipeline that these are generative book covers. And I'm working on a way to also turn the mirror post into a poster spread. So imagine an art gallery where, you're minting also mirror posts, but then the art gallery starts to resemble like a memory palace or like a person who's kind of in the middle of almost like a breakthrough of a eureka moment, because you're surrounded, immersed in notes about devlogs and research and everything. So working on ways where we can spread out this information because there's a lot in each post, and I've been documenting a lot of stuff in these devlogs, and I've been trying to do sort of a more finished, polished writing example in all of these posts. And you can see a lot of this stuff goes way back from the voxel VRMs that we'll get to in a second. These are ideas that have been compounding, we've been building on for years. And now it's all starting to come together. So, moving on. So crypto voxels dependencies. We've got proprietary formats. Vox isn't a standard file format. It's popular, but parcels aren't standard. You got centralized storage. We've got centralized hosting, on a proprietary client. And I want people to experience, what true ownership means, and also for our culture to spread. And there's a good post about this, about how archiving leads to interoperability. So it's like a second order effect. Once you archive things, you're aligned towards like open formats so that it can stand a test of time. But then it also means you can bring it into all these other engines and platforms and create art with it. So we've brought it into VR chat, done field trips, Blender, Neos, Fortnite, Substrata, Hyperfy, and of course with my avatar as well. Now the next thing is streamlining all of this. So I've converted every wearable. There's 34,015 of them that I snapshotted in March to GLTF, and we've created a voxel explorer. We've encoded the metadata into all the files so that the files also have all the attribution information that the NFTs do. So if you even bring it to a platform that doesn't support crypto, you still have that. We upgraded all the thumbnails. So the thumbnails have smaller file size, more resolution, transparent background for more composability. And we added some HTML previews that are AR and VR compatible, including iOS, and to kind of test run voting power and to promote interop and kind of get people more comfortable. Like now what you can do, it's kind of like, I remember when Elon tweeted that picture of the bird with the cage open, saying, now you have free speech. That's what I'm trying to do here with voxels. It's like now you have true ownership, and I want people to start to familiarize with it. And we did a contest on Joke Race, and this was a way for us to not only try out Joke Race, the platform, but it was also a way for us to test run what I've been doing quietly in the background, which is a lot of data mining on who's created wearables, how many, who owns them, how many are unique, who owns parcels, and then soon who's been editing their parcels, so that we can quantify all this data to create a point system for voting, so that people who have skin in the game for voxels, the platform, are able to kind of weigh in their input on, as a community to start to govern itself. And there's also data as like how long you've been holding parcels and some other stuff. So it's what I love about this whole blockchain space. Like you can do all of this stuff permissionlessly. This is public data, and the incentives align towards this, So it's wonderful from an R&D, indie technologist point of view for, others that are looking in, like, because I'm engaging in these other working groups where you've got people from the big companies, Epic and Adobe and MasterCard, anyone who was interested in Metaverse in 2021, they attend these other working groups, and they're kind of still kind of observing, like figuring out what they can talk about and what points to kind of make about opening up their own systems. And that's why, I'm circling back to voxels as a Schelling point. It's bigger than just the amount of users. A lot of these virtual worlds don't have many actual users. I think the value, we should start to really think about it in its reach, the impressions, the story, A lot, for example, VR chat, it does have a lot of users, but it also has millions and millions more impressions than in-world users. So it's just something to kind of consider. And I'm working on a in-world museum about this history of Openvoxels. It's going from 2019 days and what we've been kind of working on since then. It's still a work in progress, so not sure how impressed y'all will be. I'm also working on sprite sheet generation. So like I've already converted everyone's costumes who owns a parcel, not everyone who has a costume without a parcel. I already converted everyone who has a parcel, their costumes to VRM, and made two versions. One which is pretty much the full size version, and another one which is compressed for web, so it's like one draw call. So that's why we're able to kind of see a lot of those avatars. And let me see if I can start sharing some alpha. So like, yeah, in this view, like with Ash's new project that he's been working on, I was able to do this. We were able to load in 150 avatars because of the new optimization techniques. And also I tested in OnCyber and working with OnCyber to support some of these compression methods with VRM. We're also able to load in potentially thousands in OnCyber as well. So this also goes into the living museums that we're building with voxels content. I took a whole world snapshot of voxels, like not only the avatars, but also the parcels, the vox models, the images, and I converted all the parcels to GLTF. I uploaded all the vox models to Arweave. I uploaded all the parcels and the costumes to Arweave. And images is a bit pricier. It's going to be like $2,000 to upload to Arweave. So if you can, pitch into the juice box. I want to work on the most complete living museum snapshot of voxels, where we have, I think it was around March 14th or 15th, like a everlasting time capsule of what voxels was like. And there's some other, ways of kind of playing with the past and future. I also downloaded every WOMP and all the metadata for WOMPs, and I'm planning to do some integration where what's really cool about WOMPs is they contain the location information and the angle the WOMP was taken in. So I want to basically have the WOMP in these time capsules, kind of floating in space where it was taken. So when you walk around voxels, even if we can't load in all the images, because it's like 50 gigabytes, we can load in a bunch of WOMPs and you can walk around and you can kind of see like a virtual museum, past and future, meeting together. So it's something I would can't wait to work on next. The point system and data I've got in a Google Doc. I'm still working on it based on who's been editing their parcels, as well as the wearables viewer. People overwhelmingly voted that they're cool with downloading in here by defaults, but some aren't. And Ben said, wait for me to implement licensing info in wearables, and I don't know how long is that going to take. It might take years, but I'm pretty patient. The stuff I've been talking about, I've got in these mirror posts, so feel free to check those out. Back to sort of like what Ash is working on. It's from the ground floor. We're going for something that's super optimized. He's got like demos with 10,000 sort of dynamic objects with triggers. He's got physics working in there in a way that's like super performance. Like he's doing stuff where everything can load instantly, but the thing that we're working on as well is that every day, whatever we build is going to get snapshotted to GLTF. So there's like version control. And that way you have a guarantee that the stuff that you're creating in the platform can actually truly be yours, that you can download it, and that we also have this kind of history of our creations. There's also some fun stuff being worked on, like combat. Dark Souls pilled him, so he started to take some animation inspiration from Dark Souls, including rolling around and bow, arrow, two-handed weapons, one-handed weapons. We've got some... the thing that I think he was trying to show off with this is the networked physics. So got some good physics going on there. We've got building. It's not click and drag yet, but we've got a voxel building. I know people are talking about not able to build much. Chunking is fast. It's pretty much instant. We want to kind of layer in features as we go. So kind of starting out very simple. So this is like slow, maybe this is too many at once. So like for parcels, and this is a stress test. I mean, every parcel builder, and this is all before textures as well, that can all be added in, very optimized. He's been working on this for a while. He's got like procedural generation, infinite worlds, combat, weapons. If you lurk in M3 Discord, there's a lot of alpha in M3. Got splats. What do they call them? Not splats. Maybe they do call them splats. I keep thinking of Gaussian splats. It's not that. It's splat maps for kind of like painting. And in-world scripting, I know On Cyber's raving about this. We have this too. So this is still kind of cooking. It's kind of like V2 of Hyperfi's, taking all the learnings to make a very powerful, optimized, and what I'm going to be working on is helping out with the economic plan that we can open source the core engine and features of all of this, and then we could drive adoption and reward OGs and kind of grow things organically, and while keeping it open and decentralized. So going to be putting some brain power into that after done with some of these wearables projects, and kind of thinking, starting loose, having fun, maybe doing something inspired by Burning Man, where we all gather, build something, do a really cool night mode, maybe have some vehicles with some sort of neon going on. I know how to add some of that neon programmatically, so it could be really awesome. So that's kind of what's been cooking. He's been working so fast that it's almost hard to keep up. So I'm going to be working on, I guess, like a video log of all the stuff Ash has been cooking. He'll probably do an epic thread later on if you haven't seen his first one. It's on X. So it's this is his first thread on this new project. But yeah, with that, I think I've gone on for a while. Do we have any questions or feedback?
Yeah, dude, I probably fired like half a dozen at show just by myself. We had a bunch roll in, so let me throw the mic over to show.
Hey,
Hey, how's my audio?
it's good.
Great.
All right. Yeah, so I'm just gonna rattle these off. All right, is it possible to still capture the art that was hung in the original builds, or has that already been done at all?
I have a backup of the links to the NFTs. So it's kind of up to the marketplaces. I kind of assumed that they would have a kind of stronger guarantee as to like that art lasting a while. I mean, they're crypto art marketplaces, right? So we have the links, and I could easily, if all the links are still good, I could get a backup image. It's just that I was already almost looking at 70 gigabytes of just the images people had in parcels. And crypto art can be really big file sizes sometimes. So I was nervous about how much data I'd be downloading at that point.
Yeah. Are there any newer metaverse platforms that you feel are moving in the right direction for the larger vision that you have in mind?
It is interesting because some of the older platforms I see are moving in the right direction. I've been engaging with OnCyber and Mona. And we got integration of voxel wearables into their marketplace. I helped Point Shark update his contract with all the new metadata, everything on Arweave, and it just worked with backwards compatibility. But in terms of newer platforms, Diverso is really cool. They have great VRM support, and I would check them out. And there's something else. Not sure. I'll keep an eye out. I know that, by creating some of these assets like the sprite sheets, I'm also looking to find developers to kind of homebrew some apps that can utilize them. So there's an Unreal Engine tutorial on, creating your own kind of top-down game with sprites in 3D worlds. And it would just look so cool to see some of these sprites in one of those type of programs. So who knows, maybe you can homebrew a metaverse program with some of these assets.
Yeah. So there's no more sharding. Did you mention that it's possible to have thousands of people in one spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
OnCyber touts that, and Hyperfy has tested currently 300, but there's room to also boost that number.
Okay. Does Ben have any strong opinions on what you're doing?
I think y'all know how Ben is. It's kind of hard to reach sometimes, hard to read. He's just kind of doing his own thing. Ignoring my requests for GLTF exporter. So I've been working on one anyways. Is kind of lame because it's like I'm doing repeat work. But I want to first prove out with avatars and wearables before trying to do parcels. And I just know in interactions in the past, he gets nervous about this kind of thing. The loss of control, I guess, gets to him. But I mean, isn't that the ultimate destiny for a community governed, open, and decentralized metaverse project?
Can you unpack that a little bit more? Like loss of control, like dig into like what specifically is the anxiety on Ben's side, and like what would he be giving control up over?
I think one of the pinpoint issues which I've thought about and I've kind of got a solution around is like, if I just open source everything, people will just make a CryptoVoxels 2 and then stop minting, and then it's like, there goes the economy. Well, the economy is not in a great place right now anyways in terms of voxels. We almost like completely round tripped. B, well, was there even an economy for wearables? C, a lot of this stuff I'm doing in a way where I'm making read-only worlds, whereas voxels.com is the write access. So you can almost think of it as that's where you can kind of write to the chain per se. Whereas all these other worlds, they're sandboxes for the content that we made in there. So he can still have control over, you know, the publishing, creation of content, and that's where sort of inflow money goes in. But you know, what about user control over our own digital assets? You know, that question goes both ways, doesn't it? Like I'm a top 30 holder of parcels, and I don't feel inclined to own anymore as long as, you know, I have these weak guarantees of actual ownership of my digital land.
100%. I'm right with
That's
you.
why we're paying a premium, right? I mean, this isn't a game that you pay $30 for on Steam. People have paid thousands for a parcel. Like, shouldn't we have a strong guarantee of ownership? This isn't
No, 100%.
like Roblox or a Steam game. And I think he has the wrong mental model.
Hi, it's Pablo here. I'm always wondering about, because I've been around as well, like for a few years, about this metaverse, and very, very interested on the window of time that we have now to make a better internet, a better 3D internet. And the repeat work that you were talking about, it's probably one of the heaviest points, or like the biggest barrier that I have found. It feels like so many warriors are taking war by themselves, and it's super hard to find like a proper open license, like MIT license project out there. You think that's coming next year?
For a metaverse
Or-
client?
To build like everything. For me, open metaverse.
Have you
needs
tried
to be
Substrata?
Substrata? Yeah, I know that it's Substrata. It could be like. Do you think? But do you think it's gonna be? Yeah, I've been taking a look on Substrata.
Substrata is great. Yeah, it's got a web client too, and he's working on crazy optimization stuff.
So do you think Substrata could be like a right place to start contributing and helping to?
I think file over app. It's a philosophy that I've been preaching in M3 a lot. I don't know where I can find it. Let me see.
Yeah,
File over app. So like, don't even stress about the platform per se. Think about the objects first. You know, Dom even said this. Think about the objects, and then get them to work in many spaces. You know, and that's how you can kind of liberate yourself as to like, in terms of being locked to any one platform. They're all kind of ingesting this data. That's the data layer that we're talking about. And all these other apps are the application layer.
Yeah. Yeah, but okay, because I'm building a RPG for the Open Metaverse. It's super expensive to build like the different approaches to experiences. So of course, every platform is going to be different, but you want to have like a baseline platform where to build. Like,
yeah, and that's why I've been working on this character studio, so that
Yeah.
You know, Avatar is the most portable thing between all these different platforms, right? So like when it comes to an RPG, that's kind of, I'm thinking about the wearables that go on your avatar, you know, your address, your wallet, and that can traverse all these different wearables or platforms.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So when can we host the first WIP in Openvoxels?
Oh, that's an Ash question, and I'll hit him up and see where we're cooking. It's not quite ready yet. I think for him to open up a alpha instance yet, but we'll see. Seems like it's getting close.
Do you have any opinion on the Lamina 1 metaverse? Easy and Crypto hasn't really checked it out yet, but he heard a few cool things from PageStyle peeps about it. They do some light writing over there.
Light writing? Like written writing or
Yes, like written, like to write.
let's so I follow Lamina 1's announcements in M3, and I'm just seeing like a lot of slop in the newsstand channel as to like what they're working on, and people have started to say like that, you know, it's like at this point our eyes are just kind of glazing over the words. Like I really don't have much opinion about Lamina 1. I think they are engaging with some peeps that I know that are doing good work, but they're also kind of like chasing after big games and big engines, and it just kind of feels like this whole strategy of mass adoption that I feel is backwards. Like, why not like start with crypto natives and crypto native culture? You know, like they don't even publish on, you know, they still publish on Medium, you know, Google blog platform, and that's a red flag to me. So I don't really have much opinion because I haven't really seen much. It just seems like every metaverse builder I talk to, I've never heard once say like, man, if I only had like another L1 blockchain to work with, my problems would be solved. It's never happened.
Is the architecture open to NFT embedding? Is it possible to bring an experience that's stored inside an in-game item and leave it for others to use to trigger? Is it possible to trigger an in-game experience that's within an item, basically?
With the thing that Ash is working on, yes. As for Lamina 1, I don't know. The thing, like, Ash is file over app build, and we're kind of like almost turning it into file equals app in a way. That's kind of what some discussions are going on with some of these standards orgs. There's a really cool page if you want to deep dive into like interactive objects that are based on open standards. Check out Everywhere Actions. But yeah, I would say that we're looking into ways that are interactive object. I mean, we got to start with building blocks and kind of go from there. You know, like VRM has done great in terms of adoption. There's still ways to go, and crypto art is still mainly thought of in 2D formats, not really 3D yet, but it's getting there. And so it's evolving, you know, from 2D to interactive stuff to 3D avatars, then wearables, and then pets and objects and chests, etc. So it's got to think kind of long term about getting there. And from a pragmatic point of view, that's kind of what we're trying to do with voxels, Openvoxels, you know, just thinking of the objects, turning them into more durable and interoperable formats, and then finding ways to kind of spread that. Wow, that's a way for us to bug test and field test interoperability. That's kind of what's the point with this painting by Seven Roy, Manifest Destiny. You know, we're taking our digital things and we're carrying them across into all these other places.
Lastly,
reporting the bugs.
It's cool. Lastly, do you think we're going to get another VRM platform, or what would be a good solution to get avatars on chain?
Yes, I do think. I do see more platforms emerging. I have to fix up the page where it's kind of like the one-stop page of all the different VRM applications and plugins. It needs a bit of work, and I'll be putting in a pull request to fix that up because it's there is constantly a lot of stuff happening. It's just not well organized. You know, things just get chucked on Twitter and then lost sometimes. But yes, I'm just reading in the chat, you know, about Vipe, and I just want durability to be thought of first and foremost. You know, rather than move fast and break things quickly, we need to kind of take a moment and make sure that the things that we create can last. So I want to set the standard there.
Jin, man, I think you've left no doubt in anyone's mind here that you're setting the standard, and I think everyone here, or at least a lot of us, have some ties to OG CryptoVoxels era, or we're there like literally ourselves. So I was saying earlier, man, like this is literally our cultural history that you're preserving here, and doing a lot of work on behalf of the community, man. So really, really, really appreciate what you're doing. A couple things. I want to make sure to remind everyone to sign the guest book so you can get the Fabiano and Patrizia giveaway. I'm dropping the links in the chat box here. And also and Jin's giving away some awesome Openvoxels stuff as well. So make sure you sign the guest book. And I want to make sure everyone hops in World with us because we are going to get Fake Paradox in here to do a group shot with us in World. But want to throw the mic over to Jin first because dude's been on the mic for about 45 minutes, literally saying really interesting stuff the entire time from start to finish. So want to make sure that he covered everything that he wanted to cover before we start to wrap things here. And also just say thank you, man, for like seriously just holding it down for 45 minutes straight of like really, really interesting shit.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I would just say like I'll be working on finishing up Openvoxels VRMs very soon. If you want your VRM and if you don't own a parcel, donate to the Openvoxels juice box and I will generate your costumes for you. I know that Clooney did that. I found that's how I found out that I didn't get all the costumes owned by people who didn't own a parcel. I just wanted to throw that out there. So, but yeah, can't wait to airdrop all these VRMs out to people, and we can start to bring Voxels culture and to all these other corners of the internet. Just kind of, I gotta write that thread on restaurants opening up around the world and how it boosts tourism, because maybe that'll help Ben's anxiety about this whole thing, you know?
Dude, 100%. And I don't want to just continue to say the same thing over and over again, but just really, really appreciate everything you're doing, man. We are going to need a fake paradox in the house. So if we can get the theme song rolling and somebody can fight it out to be fake paradox while everyone hops in World, and we'll get a nice group photo going on here. So if you're not in World, hop in World. I'm trying to, and we'll get the thing going.
Just a humble cameraman looking for a tiny bit of attention. It's me, Paradox. Get your asses in line and smile for the fucking camera. No one cares about Matthew and Rizzle, that's for sure. It's about me, Paradox. I'm taking over the show.
I think we got a fake paradox here. So just need everybody to get your asses in a line. I think we're gonna come over by the table. Come on over to the table. I don't know if I'm doing a paradox or like an Irishman now. Over here. Line up, get your asses in a line. as the good old song says. Who do we got? MJ Moonbow. Get in line. And if everybody wants to dance /dance in the chat, I think I'm really morphing my my paradox voice. It's getting a little bit crazy. Hopefully someone's snapping some photos.
Oh,
Gonna
replace
get
the granata with the hee hee.
Perfect. Happy birthday, Dragon Nate.
It's Dragon's birthday, he's a fucking legend. Trapped in a voxel box, but not afraid the world around. You're doing parkour, fixing audio problems. Why does he always talk about butt plugs? We'll never know. We'll never know. But anyway, we should celebrate his birthday, because literally, what the fuck would we do without him? Probably not much. We're not much very well.
Probably not much.
Plug.
Or not much very well.
Why does he always talk about butt plugs? We'll never know. We'll never know.
Shit.
But anyway, we should celebrate his birthday, 'cause literally, what the fuck would we do without him? Probably not much. We're not much very well. We're not much very well. Probably not much, but we're not much very well. We're not much very well.
But plug.
We're not much very well. 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 We're not much very well.
Probably not much. We're not much very well.
Yo. Big shout out to Dragonate on his birthday today. Thank you for holding it down for many, many, many years, from the box to out of the box to Rizzlefest to Lisbon and back to the Metaverse to stream into all the places. So, thank you so much, Dragonate, Foxy Yoga, the whole WIP crew, Jin, the legend himself, for hopping on. We managed without Paradox just fine. You can let him know that. With that, I'm going to throw the mic over to Matt. We got another awesome week next week at the WIP, and then we're off the following week while a whole bunch of us will be at Rizzlefest. So, Matt, man, anything we missed, dude? Otherwise, we could wrap this thing and pass it over to show.
No, I think we're in a wrappable place, but just want to send more flowers Jin's way. Keep fighting the good fight as always. Whatever we can do to help you out. The force bends hand. Amongst the other things that you're working on, please always feel free to pull on us. Folks, go support that juice box. Help further the mission of keeping these metaverse assets around forever. Yeah, get ready for next week, and then for folks coming to Rizzlefest, start packing those bags. See y'all soon. And with that, let's fall into the afties with show.
Wait, is this thing on? Yeah! Yeah!
It's time for the FDs.
Hot takes! Opinions! Thoughts! Let's go!
How's my audio?
Yes.
Cool. No doubt. I'm scanning for one particular video here, but there's a bunch of cool ones. But anyway, yeah, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. This is the Afties. I'm your host, show. You already know. Not a lot happened this week, but very important and poignant things happened. So I wanna share a couple of video clips and basically talk shit about what the fuck happened. If you have no idea what the hell this is all about hot takes and opinions. It's me and you talking shit about things going on. Oh, by the way, if you haven't noticed, I curse and you curse too. It's not because I don't have a very large vocabulary. I just use it for comedic effect mostly, and also to elicit emotions from you and to feign emotion from me when delivering all these deliverables. That being said, click on me because I'm about to share my screen. Click on me. Click on me. So, TLDR, this whole year was a fucking lie. This whole year was a lie. We thought 2024 was going to be the year that all of our bags pump. There's just a lot of money floating around. There's success stories that we survived the crypto winter. Newsflash, it is the fourth quarter. We're going into the fourth quarter, and it's not looking like that at all. It's very depressing. It's sad. It's brutal. I hate going into winters with very scary financial outlooks. It's not the best. You always want to be on the up and up when going into the fourth quarter so you can push into the next year strong. Now I don't know what the fuck. That being said, I feel like there were so many opportunities for strong catalysts to push us forward. All of them fell badly. The final catalyst that I was waiting on rested surprisingly on the shoulders of this fucking guy right here. If you click on my screen, you'll see what guy I'm talking about. You see what I'm cursing about. This man right here. You've heard me say the names of Gary Gensler. This isn't Gary Gensler. You heard me say the name Elizabeth Warren. This isn't Elizabeth Warren, even though they have the same fashion sense with glasses and silver hair. Still not Elizabeth Warren. You heard me say the name Janet Yellen. Even though Janet Yellen works in finance on a governmental level, is an idiot, and also has silver hair, still not the same person, even though there are so many parallels when it comes to personality and lame duck execution and just overall slowness, if slowness is a thing, and ruining our economy. Just responsibility for ruining that. That's another parallel. Yeah, this guy, this is Jerome Powell. He is the leader of the largest central bank on the planet. On what is this planet called? Gaia? What is this planet called? It's fucking the third rock from the sun. This man controls the concept of money in the biggest thing, 4x4 wall thing on this planet, and they write all this paperwork that says in the entirety of the universe and stuff. This man right here is a guy that presses a button and he can easily make millions of dollars become created, manifested. That is a very powerful individual, considering that money is absolutely nothing, but we give it all this power, which is why we're in crypto, because we're giving crypto power, but they don't want to give crypto power. I digress. My point is, this man was the final catalyst, surprisingly, who goes against the entire ethos of crypto. And it's been 4 years since the pandemic, and it's been 4 years since interest rates meaning the ability to borrow money that he can create with the push of a button, and you can use it to play around and buy yachts and prostitutes and shit like that. When you make it expensive to buy yachts and prostitutes, people don't want to spend money who have a lot of money. So that also means buying assets, buying risk-on assets. This man had the power to control the economy by making things go up, by paying off trillions in US debt. It's on him. He decided not to. He decided to not do a damn thing, just like Janet Yellen. Finally, this man said, hey, you know what? I think that we've been patient. His words, not mine. I'm going to play them in a moment. He said, I think you all been patient. I'm going to press the fucking button. I'm gonna press this motherfucking button. And everyone's like, well, how hard is it? How hard are you gonna press? Is it gonna be like a soft press? Is it gonna be a semi-hard press? Is it gonna be like a abracadabra kind of twirl of the fingers and then you're just gonna slow what's it, a deep press? Right, the deep press is that's the proper explanation for when you use your finger and then jam it somewhere, I guess, right? He said, hey, I'm not going to push it lightly, meaning they call it a 25 BPS. I don't know what the fuck BPS is. You're smarter than me. I leave it up to you to search it or whatever. 25 DPS is basically like, hey, we're going to reduce the expensiveness of borrowing money. So like 0.25%, right? A fourth. It's not really enough. It's not really enticing. A 10, like 0.10, so 0.1, right? 0.1% is 10. 0.2.5 is obviously a quarter. He said no, 50. So 0.5 out of a solid 1% this month. He's going to reduce the expensiveness, and hopefully you can start bribing prostitutes again. His words, not mine. Why don't you listen? Listen to this.
Has eased substantially from a peak of 7% to an estimated 2.2% as of August. We're committed to maintaining our economy's strength by supporting maximum employment and returning inflation to our 2% goal. Today, the Federal Open Market Committee decided to reduce the degree of policy restraint by lowering our policy interest rate by a 0.5 percentage point.
Oh my God.
It reflects our growing confidence that with an appropriate recalibration of our policy stance, strength in the labor market can be maintained in a context of moderate growth and inflation moving sustainably down to 2%.
Oh my God. So like he did this so people can like get paid and have jobs and stuff, even though they pushed all these brand new fresh jobs with amazing levels of potential growth and payment vehicles through like crypto jobs overseas. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. You know, you could have tamed inflation by keeping all these things on American soil, by helping aid in, you know, making things cheaper to borrow, like these startup companies making it cheaper for them to take out loans. You know, that could have helped with taming inflation instead of you waiting 4 years in order to bring it down by a little 5%. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know, if I was the fucking head of the central bank, maybe I would do some smart ass shit like fucking incentivize this brand new industry to start trading globally. Hello, cryptocurrency doesn't have any kind of jurisdiction. You could have been trading with global partners to keep the fiat dollar flowing times 1,000, but I'm not wrong. I'm just some talking voice on Discord who's not on Twitter Spaces interviewing Donald Trump, you know, and being famous for absolutely fucking nothing but stealing shit. But I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I'm bitter. Obviously, I'm fucking bitter, you know. I've been talking shit and being more entertaining than that random curly haired guy with glasses, not to be confused with Jerome Powell or Elizabeth Warren. That's a callback, mind you. And interviewing quote unquote Trump on Twitter Spaces is a fucking oxymoron, mind you. Anyway, sorry, I'm losing. I'm emotional, so I'm losing my point. My point being, this is the most stupidest fucking thing. In the terms of a catalyst, I can't believe that the free crypto market rested on the shoulders of this fucking guy, taking his time and saying, "Oh well, I guess I'm gonna do it," and then he says that this may not, that this won't. Like, it maybe kind of won't be brought down by another 50, even though it should next month, and then the following month. Just these. Oh God, I just hate these vagaries. The vagaries. It wasn't vague. It was interesting. In New York City, I am a fine purveyor of drinkable alcohol, because some alcohol is undrinkable. At random dive bars are my jam. It's fun, it's cool. I like singing Journey at the top of my lungs. If you know me very well, one of my favorite karaoke songs is Journey, Wheel in the Sky. But everyone likes to sing Living on the Prayer instead, even though I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. But so when there's a crypto bar, I'm like, that's cool, but at the same time, I'm like, that's bad. I'm like, that's cool, but that's bad. Because me drunk doesn't want to whip out my fucking phone and do all kinds of crypto shit, around people, because I look over my shoulder even when I'm opening up my banking app. So imagine having to type and then typing in the wrong fucking passcode and then all kinds of passcode, typing in my private keys. Shrug, you spin around in a circle and then try to pin a tail on the donkey. Why don't you spin around 10 times and then type in your fucking private key to try to send a transaction because you want to get fireball shots for everybody around. You want to impress fucking Meltem Demirors. And you're like, oh, Milton, you want a shot? You want to do shots? Let's do shots. Let's do fucking shots. And then you're like, hold on. And then you're trying to send this 10-minute transaction, and shit ain't fucking. You're like, Milton, I promise, I'm financially stable. I promise you, I'm a man. I promise that I am in crypto, even though you don't know my face. I promise that I haven't been talking shit about how much is in my wallet. It's like there's a lot on the line to get this fucking transaction happen. So this fucking chick that runs CoinShares believes that I am who I say I am, even though I've been in the fucking space longer than she has, but somehow she's fucking famous as shit. And supposedly tongue-in-cheek attractive like that other chick. What the fuck is her name? The one who's always writing tweets like it's like terrible puns, but since she's attractive, it's like everyone's like, oh my god, you're so funny. It's not Christine Kim. Christine Kim is a chick that I keep saying chick. Pardon me, woman. I don't mean to say chick. I'm not sexist. God damn it. But Christine Kim, she's following everything with the Ethereum Foundation. Poor Christine Kim, because the Ethereum Foundation is boring as fuck, and those calls are fucking boring. You're probably wondering why I haven't played the video. I'm just talking shit. I forgot who the fucking girl is. She was following Sam Bankman-Fried around. That girl, and I played her like months ago. But it's like, it's like it just props up everything that's wrong with the crypto space and it being sexist and men not having opportunities or options when it comes to meeting new women, so they start fawning over the very few women, even though it's not very, very few. There's a lot of women in the crypto space. But yeah, so if it takes 10 minutes to buy some fucking shots for Meltem Demirors and for her to fucking respect you as a man, it's probably not a good idea to have a crypto bar where you're paying only in Bitcoin, because that's exactly what the fuck happened with Trump. And Meltem was there. She's not in this. She's probably on the other side of the bar. And this is what happened. So Trump makes his first purchase
in Bitcoin, and they weren't even sure the shit went through. And he's like, I'm gonna. So do I have to pay millions upon millions of dollars for all of the burgers in this bar? This is a terrible Trump impression, but I leave all the impressions to you and likes and engagements. Check this out. Just check this fucking video out.
Gonna scan this QR code here with this phone if you want to take that from them.
Hold on, just stop. Just fucking stop. Hold on. The motherfucker said, sorry, the volume was loud. He just said, look, so you just scan this QR code? And Trump is like, what the fuck is a Q? I have servants who do this shit for me. What the fuck is a QR code? You want me to do what? I got Baron. I got Baron to do all this computer shit. Where's Eric Jr.? Eric, where's Eric to do all this shit?
Scan that QR code right here. Right there. Right there. Just that one.
It was at this point that Trump is thinking, okay, maybe I shouldn't have endorsed Bitcoin, because what the fuck is going on?
It's like technical difficulty.
All right. And fantastic, it went through.
You know, this is the same kind of slow clap that I get when I'm in the heat and throes of passion in the bedroom, and it's only been about 2 or 3 seconds, and I let out a deep and heavy sigh, and she looks at me and she pats you on the shoulder and the head. She pats you on the top of the head, and she says, "Congratulations, you went through. You got it done." And then it's just a slow ball clap because there's 20 other people in the room watching, and you're like, "You did it, champ! You did it, sport!" And I'm like, "I did it work? Did I finally lose my virginity? Did I finally lose? Did it finally happen?" I'm just confused. My face is just as confused as he was. There's 10 people watching me. And it's only been 5 6. I'm like, holy shit! Did it happen? Did something happen? What just happened? And I'm still watching her face, like. I'm like, did it hurt? I'm like, wait, did it really go through?
All right, we're done. Perfect. The first transaction by a president on the Bitcoin protocol. History.
He almost forgot. He's like on the Bitcoin transaction chain block thing. He almost forgot what the fuck it was.
History. History of the making. Hello, everybody.
I'm sorry, he just fucking cracks me up. He's fucking crazy. He's like, this is history. This is millions and millions of years of technology. Millions upon millions of transaction hours taken just to get this one fucking thing through, just so I can buy her asses shots and burgers.
I gotta go back and see those people.
All right, let's go.
Come on.
Right this way.
He's like, I gotta fucking leave.
Thank you, everybody.
Sir, what's your reaction to the Fed cutting interest rates today?
I guess it shows the economy is very bad to cut it by that much. Assuming they're not just playing politics.
Oh shit, wait, hold on. This is actually some gold. This is some alpha. This is very interesting. You know, regardless of how we all feel about either presidential candidate, it is good sometimes to get a real fucking opinion on something. This is a perfect callback. A young lady just shouted out, "What do you think about this falling on the same day as interest rates being cut?" And we all know that Trump loves money. So his opinion on this thing, because he's seen decades upon situations like this affecting him in real life, with, hey, interest rates affecting his bottom dollar from multiple companies, being a catalyst for many times where he had to press the button for things to go.
Very curious. I'm gonna try to bring this up again, the volume up again, and you tell me if you can hear this. Oh my god, that was too loud. Sorry, y'all.
I guess it shows the economy is very bad to cut it by that much. Assuming they're not just playing politics, the economy would be very bad, or they're playing politics, one or the other. But it was a big cut.
So, okay, I cut through that a couple of times, but just one more time, just so everybody can hear.
Just playing politics.
Oh, wait, hold on, sorry.
It shows the economy is very bad to cut it by that much. Assuming they're not just playing politics, the economy would be very bad, or they're playing politics, one or the other. But it was a big cut.
You know, when I notice whenever Trump actually speaks matter-of-factly, and like you see his eyes, like he's not performing, and it's very laser-like this, and he doesn't elongate whatever the fucking sentences are or whatever that he uses, and does his little quips and stuff. That's where the money's at. That's where the money's at. So, and I like this because he makes a very good point. If they're playing politics, if they're just cutting just to cut in order to look good for the Democratic candidate going into November, then it's like, oh, come on, dude, right? But then also, if they're doing this because the economy's fucked up, which it is. Like we've been feeling it. We've been feeling it the worst. Being asset holders, we've been feeling it. Real estate. Anyone in real estate, anyone who needs to borrow against certain things and take out loans and have debt. If you have predatory mortgages, if you have student loan debt, you felt this. You felt this shit. We needed this cut. The fact that you took so damn long in order to do this, you could have spread this out. You could have made this. What is it, 50? You could have made a 10% cuts over the past 5 months and slowly built us back up. But instead, no, you sat on your fucking hands. So by making a cut like this, it does scream fear, but it also is a big clap from a lot of people who are like, hey, you dumb fuck, finally you did something. And you need to do this again. You need to cut by another 50. It means you're incompetent. It means you're weak. It means that you don't belong in that chair. Anyway, y'all, that being said, last thing. Shout out to my guy, Richie Torres. Hey, check this out. There were a bunch of clips. I couldn't find them all. So, you know, the Senate Financial Committee, they had every chairman or person or whatever from the SEC all sit down under fire. And it was beautiful. I'll play all of them next week. I just want to play one clip, though. It was beautiful. It was fucking beautiful. Gary Gensler, Mark Ueda, who else are the other fucking idiots? I can't remember all their names, but it was all of them. And Richie Torres, he called back to this thing where he said, hey, I brought this up to Gary Gensler about Pokemon cards being digital. Are those securities? But then you're going after digital assets. Are those securities? He brought it up, and it was nice. It was awesome. He phrased it better than I did. But anyway, I don't think this is this clip. I think he said something else, but it was awesome. I'll try to find it next week, though. But anyway, listen to this.
The SEC has a pattern of using the term, quote, digital asset security. Mr. Gallagher, does the term digital asset security appear anywhere in any statute enacted by Congress?
Thanks for the question, Congressman. Not that I know of, okay. Not until you enact legislation.
Does the term digital asset security appear anywhere in any rule promulgated by the SEC?
No, sir.
Does the term digital asset security appear in any precedent by the Supreme Court?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Does the term digital asset security appear anywhere in the 2 million pages of the Federal Register?
Not that I know of, unless the special purpose broker-dealer no action letter was.
What the fuck do you mean? Not that you know of. It's your job to know this shit. What the fuck is going on, man? Man, I'm tired of mediocre people failing forward. Dude, all you who are still here who didn't leave in the voice channel,
just show a hand, just show us something really quickly before I end this shit. Aren't you all tired of mediocre people? Like, they get paid a lot and they're powerful and they don't know shit. Like, why don't you know? What do you mean you don't know? Like, are you kidding me?
Get the fuck out of bed.
Do you know what? Do you know? Thank you, Dragonade. I hate the fact that you're getting older, you old piece of shit. But like, I just hate that regular people are like they get to prominent positions and they don't do shit, and then they have interns that they don't pay that have to know these things, and then they get fired because they know too much. You know? Anyway,
It was in the Federal Register, but I don't think it was.
So if it appears nowhere, neither in rule nor statute, did the SEC invent the term out of thin air?
They certainly created it. I don't know if it came
In
out of
fact,
thin air.
in a recent court filing, the SEC apologized for using the term
Correct.
digital asset security because it's misleading.
it's misleading. It's kind of the same thing that they do, like when they give you some juice, and on it they have natural flavors in all caps, and then there's like a TM at the end, or they say real flavor, real trademark, like, you know, it's like that little trick that they do with fonts and stuff, and then like they trademark it real as if like it's like, it doesn't mean real, it means like it's whatever, it's a proprietary something that they created and they called it real. It's a little old school trick that people use to put poison and shit into your body. But that being said, hey fam, unfortunately, the rate cut, I was expecting rate cuts to really affect the market and sentiment to go up, but we're still floating around 36 in the fear and greed index on the fear and greed scale, which kind of sucks. 36 is bad. It means fear. It's just, I was expecting things to come up. It's supposed to be a catalyst, right? But maybe it takes some time for that little trickle down effect. You know, you need the rich motherfuckers who took out money to start taking out loans and stuff like that so they can buy assets. Like, they're like, hey, I keep hearing this Bitcoin thing. I keep hearing the BlackRock is all over the place, mind you. I don't know if you noticed, but I told you here first, by the way. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming to this edition of the Afties. Hopefully I made your week better by giving you all sorts of alpha and stuff like that you can chew on, and keeping you one step ahead of the mediocre pieces of shit who claim to be chairman this, CEO that, because you're better than them. Always remember that. You are always skilled and better than them. Shout out to the entire leadership team here at meme.com. Shout out to the WIP crew. You know, I love each and every single one of you. Last but not least, WIP fam, I love you the most. Otherwise, I would just be spewing retarded stupid shit like Farouk and leading you astray, and then just being predatory and taking money from you for absolutely nothing and not giving you anything that you can chew on. Much love. I'll see you later.
One, two.